Chapter 24. With his teammates' help, Kyle found several books about flying creatures from the prehistoric era. Pterodactyls had wings formed by a thin skin and muscle membrane stretching from one of their elongated fingers to their hind limbs. They looked like four-legged, pointy-nosed kites. They ate meat and fish, said Miguel. Guess they wouldn't go for that birdseed Andrew's always pouring into Mr. Peckelman's bird feeders back at the motel. Why does that crazy old guy like birds so much, said Akimi, flipping through a dinosaur picture book. There are gobs of white bird poop splattered all over the cars in the motel parking lot. He's a bird brain, said Miguel. Get it? Bird brain? Yes, I get it, said Akimi. Have you ever played one of those motion sensor games? Asked Kyle. Once. My cousin has a Kinect on his Xbox 360, and we played a game where you karate kick and shoot lightning bolts at each other. Cool. Totally. But I'm guessing Mr. Lemoncello's gesticulatron technology is way more sophisticated. Kirk's team wasn't the only group in the 500s room doing dinosaur research. Several other teams had the same idea. Just about every book about pterosaurs, from the Greek word for wing and lizard, was flying off the shelves. When it was nearly 4 o'clock, a slender boy in blue jeans from the Southwest team sauntered over to Kyle, Akimi, Sierra, and Miguel, who were slumped in beanbag chairs resembling dinosaur eggs. Excellent display of aviation engineering, he said. Your glider design was flawless. Thanks, I'm Akimi Hughes. She shot out her hand. I was chief engineer on the paper airplane project. I'm Angus Harper, from Texas. My dad's an engineer, said Akimi, sounding sort of self-satisfied. Guess I'm just hardwired to design stuff. Harper nodded. My dad's a test pilot. He's been giving me flying lessons since I was 6. You're kidding, said Kyle, closing his dinosaur book. Nope, I already been offered an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Even though you're still in middle school? Well, I guess some of us are just hardwired to be flyboys. So, said Miguel, clearing his throat, who's going to fly the pterodactyl for your team? I reckon I might give it a whirl. See you folks upstairs. Angus Harper ambled away. So, Kyle said to Sierra, tell me about those kids in Maximum Ride. How exactly did they fly? Genetic mutation. Oh, guess we don't really have time for that. Don't worry, bro, Miguel told Kyle. If the Texas Tornado takes the next medal, we'll still be tied for first place. Yeah, said Akimi, with 3 other teams. At exactly 4 p.m., Kyle stood on a pair of glowing green footprints in a line with 7 other contestants facing the blank video wall. Television cameras were set up in the Electronic Learning Center so spectators in the library and at home could watch the great flying reptile race. The illuminated floor markers put 6 feet of space between each player. That way, they'd have plenty of room to flap and flail their arms. Angus Harper was on Kyle's right. A girl from the Northeast team wearing a hijab was on his left. She was staring at Kyle. Hi, I'm Kyle. Yes, I am aware of that fact. So what's your name? Abia Suleiman, and you will soon be eating my exhaust fumes. Kyle nodded. Good to know. Dr. Zinchenko paced in front of the players, her hands firmly clasped behind her back. The motion sensors in the screen will detect your arm, head, and torso movement. Do not step off your footprint markers at any time during today's race. If you do, you will lose control of your flying reptile and it will crash. If you wish to go left, lean that way. To go right, lean right. Raise your hand to gain elevation. Look down at the floor to dive or swoop. When you flap your arms, your pterodactyl will flap its wings. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. How do we gun our bird? I feel the need for speed. To accelerate, simply flap your arms faster. However, be advised, the faster you fly, the more energy your pterodactyl will consume. Your winged avatar will have a life battery icon glowing on its back. If you burn through your fuel, you will also crash. The object of this game is to be the first to safely reach the volcano crater on an island at the far side of the sea. As Dr. Zinchenko spoke, the wall behind her turned into a spectacular prehistoric world. Kyle could see dinosaurs munching on tall tree branches far off in the rainforest. Then a Tyrannosaurus Rex roared and stomped through the leafy jungle, causing a leaping herd of velociraptors to screech and flee. It was like being inside the movie Jurassic Park. All the creatures Kyle had read about and studied in the dinosaur book downstairs were now swarming across this giant video screen in front of him. Give me 8 pterodactyls, Dr. Zinchenko called out, and instantly 8 winged creatures appeared on the screen, one stationed in front of each player. Flap your arms, instructed Dr. Zinchenko. The 8 players did. The flying reptiles beat their wings up and down in sync with their human counterparts. Suddenly, a massive image of Mr. Lemoncello's face appeared on the video wall. "Release the Kraken!" he cried, and the pterodactyl race was on.